Okay, I hope my screen visible to everyone. So hi everyone, thanks for joining the call. So this is basically a demo session for our AWS Cloud Computing Mastery course. So I'll just set the agenda of today. First, we'll discuss what you are going to learn if you get into the course, if you do it in the offline or the online mode, what all the things you are going to do. Okay, how we'll start, what will be timing, what are the key points that we have to take care about, what you will get at the end of the course, along with what type of projects you are going to make if you enroll into the course. So this video, this session basically will give you a holistic view what exactly you are going to get at the end of the course related to your knowledge, related to your skills, and related to your career exchange or the career path. Okay, everything we are going to discuss in detail. So first, this is the demo session. Okay, so there is some brief overview first about me, so that I'll be your main mentor for the entire course. But yeah, there will be the different people who will be joining the call, will teach you, will share his or her experience based on their personal experience. So people who are going to be in the part of this entire course, having almost 10 plus 20 year, 12 plus and the 17 plus year of experience people. Okay, so in this video I'll just give you a brief idea about myself. So my name is Vikas Kumar. I have overall 5+ year of experience. I started my career with Robert Bosch. Then I worked as a cloud engineer in Amazon Web Services, AWS. Now I'm working as a solution engineer at Cloudera. Okay, so along with that, why this course is different from the other training institute. First thing, whatever we are going to learn, whatever we are going to do, everything you are going to see the AI driven learning approach. What it means? AI driven learning approach means we have the portal. We will assess you based on the different parameters. Okay, so our experience, our approach, our already built softwares will give you a flavor which is exactly same into the industry environment. Okay, second things, whatever curriculum that we have designed, it is completely industry relevant curriculum. Means whatever things you are going to learn over here, if you are placed, if you are started working somewhere, you will get the exact same thing. Okay, exact same thing, even the exact flow that you are going to do here, the in a more detailed manner you are going to do in the organization as well. So whatever we are going to teach you, it would be industry relevant curriculum. Talking about our experts or the mentor, so as I stated earlier, all the people are already working in big MNCs. People who will be your mentor during the entire course already working with the Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Google, Optum, uh, Oracle, VMware. Those people will be your mentor during the course. So you don't need to worry about the conventional method or the conventional outdated syllabus. No, whatever we are going to design over here, it would be the latest according to the market, which is exactly going on into the market and which will eventually help you to understand everything. Okay, whatever we are going to do, mostly 70% things would be the hands-on training, 30% would be the theoretical, and whatever the theoretical things is required, we will discuss during the hands-on practice. Why TechSarthi is different? Because we focus on your career. Means it is not something, it is just a course. Once you complete the course, TechSarthi Academy, each and individual person from the TechSarthi Academy will help you to land in your first or your dream organizations. So that would be our final goal, to meet your dream, to convert your dream into the reality. So that's why we are different from the other organizations. We'll also talk about our portfolio, where our students or our other people who involved, who associated with the TXRT got placed in the different organization. What are the organization names? What is the package? Everything I'm going to show you at the end. But as of now, we focus on your career, right? It is not just a course. It can be a game changer for your entire journey. Along with that, we will flexible for the learning opportunity. If you wanted to join us offline, if you wanted to join us online, all the options are there. We have the dedicated portal where you will get the lifetime access irrespective of the learning mode. So we are very flexible based on the learning mode view. at the end of this course, obviously you will get the certification, but along with that, we will focus you on your placement. So we will assist you until you get a job. Generally, what we have seen, taking the course from the Texati, people will get the job within the 3 to 6 month of period. But will support you, we don't define any line to support you. It is not something will support you till 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. No, we will support you till you get the job. But obviously, it's completely depend upon your effort. We can only make you placeable, but placement is your own hand. So if you are going for off campus, you wanted to place yourself in any of the organization, it is on your hand. But how to do that? How you become the placeable to face the interview, that is our responsibility, and we will do it on our best efforts. Lastly, affordable and value driven. Obviously, it will not, you can't judge it right away. But when you are doing along with the courses, when you spend more time with us, you will definitely see the value that we are going to provide and the respective price that we are asking. All the things will be very like straightforward. There is no hidden charges. Everything we have already clear. Like whatever people joined the call, I have already discussed a lot with them. So everything should be clear. Still any doubt, you can reach out to me. Okay, at this point, any doubt, anything, anyone? Abhay, Pawan. Okay, I'll take the silence as no. Okay. The one question that should come in your mind, why the cloud computing? It is necessary or we should go to the other courses? So I'll give you the exact answer why you should start to learning the cloud computing right now, right away from this class. It is not I'm telling you to learn only from us, but it is the right time to learn it. Why it is important? So I'll tell you, after the first lockdown, each and every organization planning to shift from their on-premises infrastructure to the cloud infrastructure. Now, it can be in your mind, what is on-premises infrastructure or the cloud infrastructure? In a simple term, you understand, if you are shifting to another city, you have the two options. First, you go where? You go in another city, you purchase your land, you build your own house, you build the internal part like interior, like the electricity, water, sofa, each and everything. Then you started living there. What is the shortcoming of this? Even you are not started or you're not spent your 1 day, still you have a lot of front amount that you have to pay. You have to purchase your land, you have to purchase the house, or you have to do everything from scratch. Once everything is done, then you start doing your exact work over there. Second option is that you just go and take every facility as a rent. You just go there, someone already having their land, someone already having their house, all the essential facility would be there. What you have to do, you just go and started living over there. And whatever the facility you are going to take from the owner, you just need to pay with respect to the facility you are taking or consuming, right? So you have the two options. So previously, every organization started from scratch. Many of the organizations having their own infrastructure, means their own data centers, own control system, security groups, everything their own. But now what they have seen, if you wanted to start a business or even to scale the business, every organization started shifting toward the cloud infrastructure. And since every organization is shifting toward the cloud infrastructure, they need the cloud engineer who can manage, who can maintain, who can develop their solution for their infrastructure. So it was doing in 2010, 2010, that year, it is all started to like come into the highlight. But after the lockdown, it's become in a boom state. Every organization planning to do it, and there is a rapid shift from the on-premises infrastructure to the cloud infrastructure. And with respect to this, their opportunity for the candidate is also goes very high. So here you can see rapid growth, almost 90% companies moving towards the cloud. And Since this is not something a small development work or any the small work anyone can do, no, it is a very important and very crucial task that an engineer do. They maintain the entire infrastructure for an organization. It can be the entire infrastructure, it can be the part of the entire infrastructure, but it is the most essential part, most important point that a candidate must care about. If they have some, what we can say, if they have some like shortcoming points, if they have not taking care about the security, anyone can, like any virus or any other person can easily break the entire infrastructure, right? For that, it is very important for the candidate to understand it. And it is not that easy to learn for everyone to work as an organization. It is quite complex. So every candidate don't know the right set of skills. Since demand is high, supply is less. Because of that, if you see the average salary or the high paying salary for the cloud engineer, it would be really great. So the on an average salary for the cloud engineer will start from 7 to 8 lakh per annum. And if you go for the development, it will start from 3, 3.2, 3.64, right? So this is the ground reality when it comes to the cloud computing. Already it is a future proof, because whatever things you are going to do, any organization is going to build any solution, it would be on the cloud only. What is the different feature? Why we always talking about the cloud? We have this slide. We will more understand about these topics. But as of now, you understand 90% is the companies moving toward the cloud, and the average salary for the fresher even you will get 6, 7, 8 LP as an average. Highest can go more than 20. Lowest it can be the 5 to 6. But on an average, if you take the average value, it will go almost 7 to 8 lakh per annum. Since I said every organization is doing their work, building some solutions, everything would be hosted over the cloud. That's why this is a future proof skill. If you learn it today, your future would be secure. No one going to replace you if you have the right set of skills. And the best part for the cloud computing, you don't need any prior experience. You can start from the basic, you can start from the zero to learn and become the master, to clear the certification, to crack the interview, to get the job, to land into your dream organization. Everything is possible. You hear the big names, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, everyone is focusing on their cloud. AWS, Amazon having their own cloud that we call AWS, Microsoft having their own cloud that we call Azure platform, and Google having their own cloud platform that we call a GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So every big name that every engineer is having dreamed to be the part of that, every big name having their own cloud, and they are hiring the candidate to work, to manage, to maintain the infrastructure. So this is the future proof skills everybody should know. Now it's become necessary to know the cloud for every engineer. Okay, before going to the next slide, any doubt, anyone?
No, sir, no. Okay.
Is it clear? Sudhanshu, Pavan?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now we definitely need a lot of things to understand what is cloud. Still, it might be a very difficult question for you. What is cloud? What is the problem that the cloud comes into the picture? Right? There is a lot of questions can be. But yeah, moving ahead, all of your questions will be solved, and you will get like you will be become like you feel wonder why this is very important, and still you don't have idea. You are lagging a lot. Okay. Next, what is cloud computing basically? So let's understand the same thing. Then we'll discuss the pointers that I was taking an example to stay in a, if you are moving toward another city. So you have the two options. So you think as a, if you started from a scratch, first thing you have to buy a land. To buy a land, you also have to connect with the multiple people, right? So connecting with the multiple people, making a network with a different set of peoples, it is a different task. Once you get the land, you have to buy, there is a different process. Okay. Once you start building your house, that's a different process. Your outer buildings has been done. Now you have to work on the interior part. That is a different process. In internal also, like when you building your interior of the house, you have to take care about the electricity. You have to take care about the water. You also concern about the wooden work, gate, bed, each and everything, right? That is the separate part, and there's a separate engineer or a separate like workers will work on that. Similar thing over the cloud, whatever they required to run an organization in term of infrastructure point of view, everything is present over the cloud. What it means, suppose you have your laptop, right? You go and buy a laptop. So before buying a laptop, you see few of the configurations. First, what is the processor of it? It can be the i5, it can be the i7, i9, m1, m2, anything, right? First things you see what is the processor. And with respect to processor, you think about, okay, the higher processor is, it will be, the performance should be the better. Second, you take care about the RAM. Third thing you take care about is the ROM, basically the internal storage. Then you take care about the generation, how good or how new that laptop processor is. All the things you take care about. Why you are taking about these things? You're taking about the processor i5, i7. It means one thing is sure, you wanted a very good response. The better processor it would be, the better response you'll get, and the complex task you can do it in a shorter time. So you need a computational power which will compute everything. Then again you see the storage. I have the 256 GB of SSD or 512 GB of SSD or 1 terabyte of SSD storage we have. Second thing, that means you take care about the storage, right? Then you take care about the generation, how good it is, right? You also might hear that the iOS devices or macOS is more secure, right? So you also take care about the security. So whatever comes and necessary to run a business, like it can be the computational power, it can be the storage, it can be the database, it can be the security, serverless, anything. All these services provided by the cloud providers, right? So cloud computing is nothing, just a set of services which is hosted or which is owned by someone else. You just go and take a rent those services and use it on whatever you are consuming, you are providing or you are paying for that. The same concept is here. If you want the computational power, someone saying, okay, I have the computational resources. I have set up my room, suppose, or the warehouse where I have a lot of computational services. You don't need to buy it. It costs a lot, 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 15 lakh. You don't need to buy it. What you do, I have the storage. Whatever the computational resources you need, you just borrow it from me. And what would be the cost based on your consumption, just pay to me. And those resources I'll allocate to you only. Means you will be the owner in term of usage. Whatever your usage would be based on that, you just pay to me. I'm just renting out those things. Someone saying, okay, you need a storage service, you need 1 terabyte of storage. Okay, don't buy it. Don't buy the hardware like external devices or anything. I have that storage. You come and use that. Whatever resources you will consume, just pay for me for that. Simpler rental like scenario would be. Same thing is the cloud computing. Cloud provider is providing compute services, storage services, and whatever services is required to run a business. So you don't need to buy anything. You don't need to set anything physically. Everything you can do, you can start your business, you can run your business from your laptop itself. Okay. So I'll tell you the previous scenario, what happens at 20s or before the cloud computing comes into the picture. If you wanted to start a business, just for a small business, you wanted to build a website, okay, and you wanted to host it. To host a website, there is a few things is required. First, computational power. Second, memory is there. Third is the disk space is there. Minimum 3 things are required. Previously, what happened, if you wanted to host your website, first thing you have to buy a server, right? And you feel that your laptop is also a server. If you are come from the development background or anything, you might see you can run anything in your local. So if you go and type local host in your browser, it will work if there is a required dependency and packages are installed. So previously people have to first buy a server. they have to set up it in their home, right? Apart from this, when the server will run, it will heat. To cool down, to maintain the temperature of the server, they have to manage some cooling system in their house. Then they have to buy some storage. Then they have to buy some database. Then to secure it, they have need some security concern. They also need to take care about one security guard who will take care about all those things, right? So there is a lot upfront fee. Even your business is not started, you're planning to start your business. So there is a lot of shortcoming of that, but obviously that time those facilities were not there. So these are the only options for the business person. Now, what AWS, Azure or GPC is saying, don't do that all those things. You just come to my portal, whatever you need. You wanted to host a website, okay. To host a website, you need computational power, okay. You need RAM, okay. You need disk space, okay. You need the database service to store the user ID password for the user. They said, okay, you need these things. I'll provide these things from my infrastructure. You just come and set up your website. You don't need to take care about the infrastructure. You just choose what you wanted to use, and based on that, you do your configuration and start your business from the day one. And at the end of the month, whatever the consumption would be, whatever the cost respective to your consume resources, just pay to me and I'll take care about everything. So this idea is very good. Every business don't need to set up and invest a lot of money even before starting their business. That's because they overcome these problems, cloud computing comes into the picture. So I hope now you have the idea what is cloud computing is. Any doubt? Avinay, Sudhanshu? If you are doubt, you can interrupt me.
No, sir.
Okay. I hope cloud computing is clear. So in terms of cloud computing, there is a lot of things: global opportunity, future-proof skills, and the beginner friendly. These things already we have discussed. Like I'm talking about the big name, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. These all are the American companies, right? That's why we talk about the globally. All around the world, people can easily use that the cloud computing resources provided by the AWS, Microsoft, and the Google. So if you are learning it, your opportunity would be very high, or there is a lot of opportunity will be open for you. So it is a global opportunity. Obviously, it is not something you are taking the job only in India. A lot of people moving from India to the other country to get a better compensation with respect to the job. Future proof, obviously, whatever things is going to build, it would host over the cloud only. So obviously that is a future proof skill set, and it is a very beginner friendly. You don't need to do or no like coding or IT experience required. If you are at the zero level, you can learn it easily. Talking about the high paying jobs, so after completing this course, you will be eligible for the cloud engineer, AWS solution architect role, DevOps engineer, cloud security engineer, even somewhere AI ML engineer with AWS. And you can see the package. I have not listed it all these things from my own. I took this information from Glassdoor, and there is one more website. I took it this information from those websites only. Job available, same, all those things you can see. Along with that, AWS cloud support associate, cloud DevOps engineer, SRE, cloud data engineer, cloud solution architect, all the roles, all the jobs will be open for you. I'm not talking about if you are learning this, you are like what we can say master, or you can easily crack all those things. No, whatever things I'm listed over here, 70% syllabus is same. Now you need to go for cloud support associate, then 30% you have to prepare, but almost 70% would be same for all those things. Means after completing this course, if you see cloud at anywhere, you are eligible. Just think about that. You are eligible if there is a word called cloud. Okay, go to the next slide.
One more thing is a cloud support engineers. You have to explain.
Yes,
Yeah, AWS cloud.
yes, AWS cloud support associate and engineer. This is a role which also work on the cloud only. Okay, here you need to support the customer who are using the AWS services worldwide. Just take an example. You are onboarded into the AWS. You are doing something for your business. You get some error and you are not able to solve it. Obviously, you will reach out to the support. Then in the other part, the person sitting and handling your technical issue, that would be the AWS Cloud Support Associate. AWS I'll highlight it over here because they hire a lot, but you just remove this AWS, Azure, GCP, everything having the cloud support role. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, understood.
Now that we have discussed about a lot how cloud is different from the traditional infrastructure, first thing that we have discussed, even you have not started your business, there is a lot of upfront cost. Here you pay as you go, means whatever services or resources you are consuming, you have to pay for that. Okay. Second thing, long deployment time. If you wanted to deploy anything previously in your traditional IT, it will take a lot of time. But in cloud, it will take instantly. We have set up pipelines or whatever things, it will do the everything instantly. Okay. Third is the manual maintenance. Means you have to manually see, okay, my server is running or not, what is the temperature, how much service is there. Like there is a lot of concerns. But if you are using cloud, it's not your responsibility to manage it. And obviously the people like the cloud provider, they have some engineer who are handling all those things or are handling all those things. For that, it can be the manual maintenance. But as a customer, as a AWS support engineer or as a cloud engineer, you don't need to take care about. So it is a fully managed service. Another thing, previously you suppose you set up one system, now you wanted to scale it, you wanted to do it more. Again, you have to purchase the server, and with respect to the server, you have to again set up everything. Means if you want to scale your service, scale your business, it is a quite a very big task. But with the cloud, it is an instant task. If you wanted more server, okay. If you want more storage, that is fine. Instantly, you can utilize all those you require. Okay, moving ahead. Talking about the AWS. Why I'm talking about AWS, I'll tell you. But yeah, first thing, AWS started like internally, they have launched some services in year 2002. In 2003, they officially set up their infrastructure that we call Amazon infrastructure. Okay. In 2004, they launched their first service publicly. Internally, they are using the services, but publicly, they launched their first service that we call SQS, Simple Queue Service. But it was not that successful. So they worked, they planned, and in the year 2006, they launched a multiple service first time in public form. So the main service was S3, EC2, and SQS was already there. So S3 and EC2. So S3 is the first recognized service which came into the market from the AWS side and becomes publicly accessible. And this was the game changer for the AWS. And AWS is the first company who started providing such services. That's why most of the market is captured by the AWS, and there is a lot of hiring, there is a lot of job opportunities there. First move advantage is taken by the AWS. So it launched in their territory after 2007. It launched in the European region, and there is a big name who is the customer of AWS. Dropbox, Airbnb, Netflix, NASA, and everything is using AWS. Talking about some number facts. In 2024, AWS had 107 billion in annual revenue. Quarterly, you can obviously see the value. And AWS holds almost 30 to 35% global market. And the second place is the Microsoft Azure, who holds 20 to 23, and Google is 10 to 12. But this is a huge gap. It is not something, it is a small thing. It is a huge gap when it comes to the market acquisition. So AWS having a lot of work, a lot of market cap into the market. That's because of that, their is a lot of opportunity into the AWS. So if you are learning the cloud, if you are wanted to switch into the cloud, AWS would be the best place to start with. That's why I'm mainly focuses on AWS, but yeah, obviously in this course you will have the flavor of all those clouds. Over 1 million active users and around 4.19 million registered customers are there for the AWS. It is a huge number. Next, talking about the global infrastructure that I'm talking about, AWS, you can access it from any of the cloud, any of the location. If you are sitting into the India, someone is sitting into the any part of the cloud, any part of the world, they can access the AWS. How AWS handling such things? So these things you have to take care about. What is the AWS global infrastructure? Okay. So there is a specific regions, easy data centers, edge locations, and point of presence. There is a link. You will get to more about this. But yeah, we understand that what AWS does, they have there a lot of locations worldwide. You assume something like first we understand the regions. Okay. Okay. First, we understand the reasons. Then we'll understand the availability zone. These are the two important things. Suppose in India, AWS wanted to set up the infrastructure so that Indian people can use the service. In India, what they does, they have set up, okay, one reason, Hyderabad. Just take an example, Hyderabad. Or just take an example of India. Suppose reason is nothing but a country, India. In India, they wanted to set their infrastructure in different locations. So they picked 3 locations: Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Pune. Okay. In Hyderabad also, they picked the different 3 locations. Okay. So you assume this region is a Hyderabad. Okay. In Hyderabad also, they have picked 3 locations to set up their infrastructure. Obviously, there would be some physical location. That location that we call a AZ, availability zone. Okay. Availability zone means this is the exact location where they have their data center office and everything. Okay. So in Hyderabad, you can assume a region. In region, they have the different locations. Those locations that we call a AZ. So if you wanted to set up with something, you can assume, see, AP South is 2A, 2B, 2C, everything. Okay. So 2A, 2B, 2C means Hyderabad 2, Hyderabad 2B, Hyderabad 2C. You can assume that there is a 3 locations into the Hyderabad. Those physical location into a country or into a state that we call a AZ, availability zone. Availability zone. Okay. So AWS having regions all around the world. It can be like US East 1, US 2. I'll once I open the console, you will get more about this. Don't need to like bother about this. Okay. Talking about the availability zone, each region having the multiple AZ that we said. If we picked one region, Hyderabad, in Hyderabad also we pick 3 locations. Those 3 locations we call it availability zone. And there is a naming convention, something we put it, something like 2A, 2B, 2C, something like that. Each AZ is one or more district data center with redundant power networking connectivity. That means all those 3 locations in Hyderabad, whatever the 3 data centers they have their own power centers, they have their own network, they have their own connectivity, but they all are synced together. Means if any new information is added here, it will automatically replicated in all those availability zones. But they are even isolated also. So if this data center having some attack, suppose someone did the bomb attack on it, so this is completely destroyed. It does not mean these two also having the problem. No, these are completely separate in terms of providing the service. So if these data centers goes down, these two are still available and working as normal. So these are separate from each other so that they are isolated from the disasters, but they are connected with the high bandwidth, ultra low latency network. Means syncing should be very fast. If this can lost, no issue. These two will be in service and they will provide the service to the user. Okay. So these are the basic overview of AWS. One service that we can understand now, that is the Amazon EC2. Okay, before that, any doubt, anything, anyone? Avinay, Sudhanshu, Mohammed Kapil, any doubt?
So what is the difference between data center and availability zone?
Okay. Data center availability zone you can assume as a holistic picture of that location. Okay. In location, there will be some data centers where they are handling the data. There will be some database center where they are talking about only database related thing. It would be some data center where it might be they are handling some storage thing. Take an example. If in a website you put your first name, last name, email ID and phone number, and at the end you have uploaded your document. Okay. Your first name, last name, email ID, phone number, these are some values that is stored into the database, but the document will be stored in some storage part, right? So availability zone is a location where everything will be there, but in that availability zone there would be some separate department. You can assume there would be some department handling the data, there would be some department which is handling the resources. So those specific pin to point location where these things are there, that we call a data center, which is a basically center of your data, whatever they are storing.
Means availability zone is location, right?
Yes,
And every locations have on data center, right?
yes,
Okay.
all data centers, correct. Yes, go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, but one more thing, sir. Reason is what?
Okay.
Like a reason and availability zone is don't both are same.
No, no, no. You assume.
Okay.
Just take an example. You take the example of Hyderabad. Okay. Okay. I'll make it more simple. Suppose you are from any of the place. Suppose you are from Pune. Okay. In Pune, you have three houses. Okay. Suppose just take an example, colony number 1, colony number 2, colony number 3. Okay. You are living in Mumbai. In Mumbai, your house is colony number 1, colony number 2, colony number 3. You have the three house. In the house, you have the bedroom, you have the washroom, you have the guest area, common area, sub separate things, right? So Mumbai would be the reason. Which region your house lie? It is the Mumbai. In Mumbai, you have the three houses: colony 1, colony 2, colony 3. Okay, these are the availability zone. Now in your house, there would be some segment for your bedroom. There is some, maybe the same building, or that would be the different building, right? So same building or the different building having the, suppose one building for the guest house, one building for the mess or fooding, one building for the restaurant, one building for the securities. So those physical buildings, that we call a data center. Different data center for the different use case. Is it clear or is still confused?
Okay. Means when you are living in Mumbai, in Eversign Cosmic Apartments, right?
Hmm.
But in Eversign Cosmic Apartments, many blocks are there. So you have to stay in third block, fourth block. Yeah, right.
Hmm.
This is the reason, right?
Mumbai or any state would be the reason. That block A, block B, block C, that would be your data centers. Or that society should be some name. Suppose Kalpana Society. That Kalpana Society would be the availability zone.
Okay, okay.
Under that Kalpana society, there would be block 1, block 2, block 3. So that blocks
Yeah.
would be, that can be called a data center. And where all
Okay.
the things are there in Hyderabad, then Hyderabad we call it region.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. One of the most important, okay, before getting into this system, I would like to show you the AWS console. To log in, I'll share one video, or maybe the next session we will real time we will create the account. But to log in into the AWS account, you just search AWS login, click any of the link. Here you will see sign in to the console. Once you create your account, you have some credential. Okay, I already logged in few minutes back, so I logged in, but I'll show you. I log out. Okay, sign into the console. Sign in using the root user email, because you would be the root of your region. Just provide the email ID, then the password. It will work, but I have set up some extra authentication, so MFA is enabled for me. 3066. Okay, so this is the home page of your AWS console. Once you log in the very first time, this section would be entirely blank for you. There is, so there every value would be 0, that you can assume. Simply assume or data not found, something like that. Okay, but the same interface you are going to get. So that interface would be your home page of your AWS management console. Just give you an overview. If you click, if you are working anywhere, if you click the name, it will redirect you to the home page. There would be 9 dots. If you click on it, it will give you the list of services provided by the AWS. So if you wanted to do anything related to the blockchain, there is a service. If you wanted related to something compute, you will see the service, and EC2 you can see over here. We will learn more about it today. But whatever service AWS provides, they have the list, and this is the list you can easily navigate to it. Then if you directly know the service name, suppose I know the service name of EC2, you can use the search box option, and it will show you the option EC2. Okay. Along with that, they are providing this PowerShell. PowerShell means they are providing a Linux-based environment for you to work on it. If you you don't want to set up your local system with your AWS account, you can also work some of the Linux use case over here, and they are going to provide one dedicated window for you. So it will take some time, and see. Preparing your terminal, and terminal is ready. So all of the Linux command will ls pwd. If you wanted, suppose ls, nothing is there. I wanted to create a directory, test1. Okay, dir test1, enter. If you do ls, test1 is created. So whatever you wanted to do with your Linux, to access some services, to execute some script or anything, they are going to provide one environment for you. Then there is some notification panel. If there is some notification related to the security, related to the billing, you will get the notification over here. Then help center. If you need some help, you can raise a request from support center, and based on the few things are there related to documentation, training, get started, repost, all the things will be here. Then we have some setting. You wanted to change it, dark mode, light mode, default browser, all those things. Now, the most important thing that I wanted to tell you, and because of that I opened the console, this part. Here you can see, United States, North Virginia. In North Virginia, this is the region that I'm talking about. I'm talking about Hyderabad. You will see the Hyderabad over here as well. Hyderabad. Okay, maybe. Here you can see the Mumbai, right? Singapore. Sydney, Tokyo, Frankfurt, Ireland, London, Paris. So those things, these are not the country but a state of a country, right? Paris, London, this is the state of the UK. In India, they have the Mumbai and the Hyderabad should be there. I don't know why it is not coming. Maybe Hyderabad is the recently added region. Okay, so Asia Pacific, you can see the Mumbai. So the same thing I'm telling you. This is your region, your geographic location. And in the Mumbai North Virginia region, there is a 6 different availability zones that will give you an overview of it. But just understand, in North Virginia, this is one of the reason. In the region, they have the different availability zones. In North Virginia, they have 6. Ohio, they have 5. North California, they have 4. Oregon, they have 6. Mumbai, they have 4. Something like that. But minimum that should be 3. At least 3 region would be there. Okay, so every region having at least 3 availability zone that I wanted to tell you. So North Virginia is a region. Under the North Virginia, US is to 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. There would be 6 availability zones. You can pick any of these. Okay, so you can change any of the region from here. And then your account ID, your name, organization name, billing dashboard, all the things would be here. So this is the overview of your AWS console. Now, there would be one more important service that we call Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2 is a service which is a computational service, and EC2 is one of the most popular AWS service. EC2 means Elastic Compute Service, that you can assume it as your local system, local computer or the laptop. So this is a laptop, you can assume, which is not physically visible to you, but you can do whatever you wanted to do on it. So whatever things you do with your laptop, suppose you wanted to install some software, you wanted to put a game, you wanted to download some game, or you wanted to store anything you can do with your laptop, you can do with the EC2. But this EC2 is managed by AWS, not you. Your system is managed by you, but this is managed by the AWS. And EC2 is nothing but a server. Your laptop is also a server, right? So EC2 is also a server, which has the capability of the EBS. EBS nothing but the storage. They have like security groups related to how, like, not everyone can access your laptop, right? So just assume your laptop is putting or standing or sitting somewhere else. They have like in the other country house. So obviously you need to concern about who can access my laptop. So we can set up the security as well. Okay. So this is one of the most important service. We will get to know more about it. Obviously, we will take a lot of time on it, because whenever you go for the interview, the first question, if it is coming from the cloud, that would be come from the EC2 only. Okay. And any doubt? Any doubts, Dansu, Vinay?
In EC2 machines, we have to add many services.
Yes. Many services. What do you mean? Many services means?
Many services means it's a server, right?
Hmm.
In server, you have to add S3, you have to add RDS, you have to put mm,
Yes, yes.
EK, EBS.
You just assume at the backend everywhere is EC2. Everywhere, if you are launching something, if you are deploying something, if you are maintaining something, everywhere EC2 would be there. So
So
everywhere.
when I am working in any organization,
Hmm.
many EC2s are there, many servers are there,
Obviously.
right?
Hmm.
How can I understand which services are add on this EC2 machine?
There will be different commands. Okay. If you go, there is a specific files. Okay, there is
Mhm.
a specific file slash EC2 slash, under that you will see the all the installed files on that. Even you will see the logs. If any of the service creating the logs, there is a dedicated location. Okay, so you don't need to worry about what are the different service. You just need to take care about, if they are saying go, suppose there is a 5 website, and those 5 website are hosted on the 5 different EC2 instances. Important thing for you is not understanding what are the packages are installed there. Important service, you have to take the right set of EC2 instance for that specific website. First, to identify that, and to identify that EC2 having their unique ID. Once you get into it, you run the command, you get the like a file not found or Python not found, suppose. That means Python is not installed. And if you are doing it from the scratch, there would be some requirement.txt file would be there, which clearly say that to make it run for the entire project, we need Python, we need Py, we need Panda, we need suppose Node.js, we need MySQL. All those things will be listed over here. You just execute those file, every dependency will be installed, and you are good to go.
Okay, understood.
Okay. Now, I'll talk more about what you are going to learn throughout the course. Okay, so this is a brief overview about the AWS and cloud and what is the future scope of it. But what you are going to learn. Okay, so as I stated, first we will cover the basics of cloud computing. So we will get to know cloud computing regions, availability zones, all those things in detail. Okay. Second, we will start with the essential services. Essential services means we have to take care about compute resources. Similarly, we have to take care about storage services. Then database services. Then security, or that we call a network. Then we will go to the permission services. Okay. Then we will go for the monitoring services. All those services. Right. Once we are done with this, then we will go to some advanced services. Advanced services, if we talk about, it can be the serverless. There is some like security services where we talk about the security. There would be some key management services where you will store all of your key, and there is a lot services are there. Then we will talk about some, if you are from the DevOps course, then there would be obviously the DevOps services. But before the DevOps services, we will get to know about the software development lifecycle, DevOps principles, okay, and open source tools. Okay, then we will move ahead with the DevOps services. And once we talk about the DevOps services, we will parallelly compare with the open source services. DevOps services like we have the code commit, code build, all those things. Okay, whatever the services we have, and equivalent services like if we will see Docker versus ECS, or suppose Kubernetes versus EKS, or we have the Maven versus cold build. So there is an entire pipeline. What are the stages we have in the DevOps? We will do the parallel things. This is the open source, this is the managed service, all those things. After that, and just I'll tell you, whatever things we are going to learn, it is not would be the theory. Okay, complete thing, almost 70% thing would be the practical, and based on that we will do some minor project. Suppose here we will have some minor project 1, then we will have some minor project here 2. In database also we will do one project 3. Security things, combining all those things we will make one. Okay, serverless, we have one service, one small exercise. Okay, security also we can do one exercise. Okay, monitoring. Okay, here one more service is there that we call the notification services. So these things should be there. Then we will talk about some advanced topics, and then DevOps principle. After that, that is the most important, which is the Gen AI services, Gen AI or AI services. So here we will talk about the most important, even the market people is don't know, that is the Bedrock, SageMaker, Extract, Recognition, even some of the Google AI, Google AI services, and then we have the projects. So we will start with the essential service, then we will go to the advanced services, then we will go for the DevOps services, and lastly we will see the Gen AI services. Overall 20-30 plus services you are going to learn, and these are very important. I'll tell you, you might not understand the things right now, but I'll tell you later point of time, within the 1 or 2 year, you will understand the importance of it. All those things will be aside, these two services will be different side, and these two services having more weightage than all of the services. As I stated someone into the call, if you wanted to learn the SageMaker in a very detailed manner, like you wanted to become the SME, subject matter expert, it will alone, this service alone will take 3 months to learn this service itself, if you wanted to become the subject matter expert. Okay, but yeah, it has a very high weightage into the market. So these things we will cover. After that, we will have some mock interviews. Okay, before that, I will tell you some major projects. Major projects idea. First major project would be doc automation website. What it means, here what we do, suppose you have the website. In the website, user providing input. Okay, input contains user details and one document, one or whatever document you wanted to do. Okay, then user details will go into database, document will go to storage. Okay, and then metadata of the object will go to the database again. First tell me, you know what is metadata? Any of you? Any of you know what is metadata? Vinay, Sudhanshu, Mohammed Kapil.
It's a type of AI.
No. Metadata is something, information about some information. For an example, if you are putting some Aadhaar card, suppose as a document you are providing Aadhaar card. Okay, this Aadhaar card will go and store into the storage. Okay, but about this Aadhaar card, what is the name of the object, size of the object, format of the object, timestamp, okay, and name, size, format, timestamp, user who provided this. All those things means information about the information, that we call a metadata, right? If you say data about the data, that we call a metadata. So you simply upload the Aadhaar card, it is go into the storage space. But what is the name of the file? What is the size? What is the format? What is the timestamp? So suppose tomorrow or maybe after 1 year, I wanted to know in a 1 month Suppose from 1 August to 1 August 2024 to 30th August 2024. I wanted file count whose size is greater than 5 MB. For just an example, if you go and see into the storage, it will take a lot of time, lot of effort, and lot of computational power. So rather than what we do, we will go into the database where all these things are there. I just put a simple filter. I'll just select the date and I just put a filter. File size would be greater than 5 MB. And whatever the files having the size more than 5 MB, it will automatically stored. And then we will see, okay, this is the file name. We will easily go and pick up those file names, right? So our task would be easy. So we will make one entire backend, okay, where this automation will work. So we will have one website where all the things will go. User detail will go to the one user detail and one document. User detail will go to the database. Document will go to the storage. But about this storage document, the information about this document will again go to the different database. That automation we will do, and this happen in every industry. Okay.
In DevOps, Terraform will be not there.
Sorry.
Terraform and Playbook. In DevOps, Terraform topic is not there.
Terraform, it would be there, right? As I stated already, when we go to the DevOps, okay. So we will follow the entire pipeline, right? In pipeline, when it comes to the infrastructure as a code part, we have the service that we called cloud formation. The same thing we do with the help of Terraform. So we will give you the both idea. In AWS, this is there. In free resources, this is there. Right?
Jenkins is also there.
Sorry?
Jenkins.
What I said, entire flow. When it comes to the entire flow,
okay.
You see, code, plan, monitor, oriented, whatever the things is there, right? So when it goes to the code, we will go about the, what we can say, GitHub or
okay,
code.
Okay, understand.
So those things, everything would be there related to the DevOps lifecycle. So don't worry about that. Okay. Another project, we will build some pipeline, obviously, entire pipeline. So if there is any changes in any Git branch, automatic push to the production would be there. Second project would be to create a pipeline. Third would be GenAI project, where what we do, we will build the entire backend where in Postman will input the endpoint and we will give, suppose 200 words of paragraph, okay, and I'll say summarize it in 2 lines, or suppose summarize into the 20 lines. We will make the entire backend for this. So it will summarize the things, okay, and it will give you the input of 200 words into the 20 lines. These things also would be there. This entire backend stuff we will build. Okay. Then at the 4, we will see the deployment as well. We will see how deployment works using the pipeline or without the pipeline. But in deployment, we will use the EC2 mainly. We will host our website. Okay. Website. It would be 2-tier websites or the 3-tier websites. How those websites are hosted into the cloud. All those things we will learn. So that would be our major project. And I'll tell you, these things are the industry. In industry, they build some pipeline. Industry, they have this, every organization having this system. In industry, like I'm working in the Cloudera as well. In the Cloudera is also working the same thing, summarization part. So industry is also working in this same project, and the deployment you should know. So these are the things we will cover entire the 3 month. Okay. So there is a lot of things you have to learn, but obviously if you are going through all those things, you put it into your resume. Once the candidate or interview will see this project, they will impress. I'll tell you. This project they have seen. Okay, you have also built the pipeline. Okay, you also did this project. Nice. You also know about the deployment. Okay, you know the Gen AI services. You know the DevOps services. You know the advanced and the basic services. So you become a complete package to face the interview. And I'll tell you, you go any of the institute, if they cover these much of syllabus, then let me know. So these things we are going to cover, and along with that, then your mock interviews, including soft skills, okay, your resume building sessions, your LinkedIn sessions, and the job assistance. That will be there. So that would be the entire 3-month curriculum that you are going to learn from this course. Now tell me, any doubt, anything?
Hello.
No,
Sir. Hello.
Yes, Sudhanshu.
So you earlier said that many companies are laying off their employees because of AI, artificial intelligence, and all that. So how this, if I learn cloud engineering and get placed in a company, how my job is secured?
See,
Can
one thing, put out of your mind. If you are in the IT industry, in the private job sector, there is no security. Even the CEO of the big organization having zero security. Even you are working 20 years in an organization, you have the zero security. If you are a fresher, you have the zero security. Only way to survive from the security to upgrade yourself every day. To understand, to learn the things based on the market requirement. That is the thing. Only thing that you can do. There is no security. This is not a government job that you have the security. No, no at all.
security in the sense, if I am good at what I do, if some company rejects me, then I can go to another company and try. Right. So like that I'm asking, if
This is
even though I'm a
entire
pro,
platform is
pro
open.
in some language, coding language, I know everything in that and I'm best in that. Even though I don't placed in, like, if I know Java from A to Z,
Okay.
so
One thing.
like that I'm
You
asking.
know the Java. Okay.
Hmm?
You know the Java. Suppose you know a student knows the Java very well.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
Obviously,
if some company rejects me, then I can go to another company and
I'll tell you the same point I'm telling you. Why cloud is far better than the coding, I'll tell you. Okay, and what is the future of it? You know the Java. Suppose you know the very well Java. What is the job openings for you? Only candidate who is hiring for the Java developers, right? They are hiring for the Java. If they are hiring for the front end developer, they obviously don't take you because you don't have the skills. You are very good at Java. Your path would be only those companies who is hiring the Java developer. That's it. But if you know the cloud computing, what I have shown you in my PPT, those roles will become open for you. So such number of roles becomes open for you. So if one company is rejecting, go to the another. Obviously, getting a job is not a, what we can say, sprint. It is a marathon. You have to put it into yourself. You have to wait. You have to show your patience. It is not a 1 day, 2 day, 1 week of job. If it is a 1 week of task, everyone having this job. It is a marathon. You have to set this mind. You have to put everything into it, then only you get a job. You have to become out of the crowd. You have become and enhance your knowledge from the crowd, then only you become stand out from the crowd, right? So it is not something one company, two companies there. Everyone is using cloud. Every company having the requirement of the cloud engineer. Someone need experience, someone don't need experience. That is the only difference. But if you know the cloud, there is a lot of open role will become open for you. As I said, if you know you are eligible for cloud, you are eligible for the cloud security, you are eligible for the network engineer, you are eligible for AWS cloud support engineer, solution architect associate, site reliability engineer, cloud DevOps engineer. A lot of openings will be there. But if you know the
For freshers too,
yes, freshers too.
even for the freshers.
Yes. Only job here is not for the fresher, is called cloud solution architect. Only this is not for the fresher.
Okay.
That's why I'll tell you, once you learn the cloud, there is a lot of opening. Anywhere you see the cloud, and the requirement is under the limit, like 0 to 2 years of experience, you are eligible. I'll give you the guarantee you are eligible and you clear the interview. If there is only word that is cloud, that's it. But obviously there is no security, there is a lot of openings, it is true, right? There is a high in demand, it is true. Cloud is a future, that is also true.
So you'll provide material after enrolling for the course. Material also.
Whatever we are going to teach, I'll provide you the relevant documents, okay, relevant links, and some what we can say use cases, some projects that you can do it at your home. Those things obviously will be provided.
Okay.
Okay. Sudhanshu, Mohammed Kapil, any doubt, anything? We are end to the session, but yeah, we will discuss more, and we are good to close. But yeah, before that, any doubt, tell me.
No, no doubt.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please tell me about the future scope in cloud computing. Please, sir, again explain.
Okay, I think you joined the session little bit late, right?
Yes, sir. Late. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just give you a brief, okay? But yeah, after this session is recorded, so I'll share the recording. We'll go through that. But
Okay,
I'll
sir.
give you the idea about it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the slide that you have to take care about. After lockdown, in a simple term, after lockdown, every organization shifted toward the cloud. Reason being, I'll tell you. Once the lockdown happened, company don't have project, right? Company don't have project, they don't like having that budget to run that organization, run the infrastructure. At that moment, what happened? Every organization having their own premises, like their own data center, own computational resources, everything. To maintain this, they have to pay a certain amount. Either they have the usage of it, either they have like a project, they are using it or not, but they have to maintain it, right? So once the lockdown happens, no, like organization having very less project at the time. Only few companies having a lot of project, but companies having don't have that much of project. So what they started moving the cloud. Reason, in the cloud, pay as you go model is applicable for all three of the cloud. Pay as you go model this. If I use 5 GB of storage today, I'll pay only for those 5 GB. Tomorrow I'll use only 2 GB, I'll pay only for 2 GB. Right? So organization said, okay, either we don't have project, we are not making the money, still we are losing the maintenance amount for the infrastructure. So rather than that maintaining it, if I shifted toward the cloud, if we migrated our infrastructure toward the cloud, we don't need to think about it. If tomorrow my usage is very less, we don't have project, we are not using those services, obviously my cost will down. So exponentially, if we're increasing our project, increasing our usage, we have to pay more. If we are not using it, we have to pay less. But before, we have to pay a certain amount. we have to invest a certain amount, even our usage is 1%. Then everything started shifting towards the cloud. And in 2021, it is like drastic change. And that time there is a new job roles are opens. Every cloud related things are started opening. Before that, cloud is not like that much highlighted. Right? Even when I was into the part of my college, cloud was not a like serious topic. I learned the cloud in my college, in my batch also. I'm from that background. From that, even I the only person entire my department who know the cloud. No one is talking about the cloud. Everyone is talking about Java, C++, HTML, CSS, only those things. Now you see, cloud becomes like captured the market. Right? So talking about the future, whatever solutions company is building, just take an example. You see NVIDIA becomes the first 4 trillion organization, right? What is the main reason? They started doing the GPUs, where those resources are hosted somewhere into the cloud, where mostly in AWS and somewhere else. Any other organization wanted those highly productive GPUs. If they wanted to build it, they had a lot of cost. They started renting it from the NVIDIA. And because of that, there is a lot of demand. Everyone started using the GPUs. NVIDIA's revenue got increasing in a very rapid manner. And after that, everything is hosted over the cloud only. So people, any big organization building anything for the public uses, it would hosted over the cloud. And to maintain it, we need engineers. Right? So future scope is very high. I'll tell you, in combination of AI and cloud, it's the deadly combination. You will get the job. I'll tell you, you are aiming big names. You know the cloud. You have the AI. You will get the job in a very good package. Even you will get the package you never imagined. You never targeted that package. Even you will get that. I'll give you the confidence. You will get that. So future is very good. If you're learning the cloud, such roles will become open and you will see the respective average salary of it. Right? Anything related to the cloud, any job role comes under 0 to 2 year if you're a fresher, comes under 0 to 1, 0 to 2 year of experience required, and there is title including the word cloud, you are eligible for that. Future scope is high. You will go for the AWS cloud support role, cloud DevOps role, engineer role, cloud network engineer role. There is a one job role open into the consulting that we call observability engineer, whose work is to observe the infrastructure is everything is working fine or not. If someone is reporting some issue, you have to maintain that. You have to look into it. So there is a lot of opportunity related to the infrastructure because infrastructure is very important part. Writing the code is a very small task. But to make it production ready into a secure network, that is a big task. And that the cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, site reliability engineer, network engineer does. So future is very good. Everyone, whatever the 10% company is not shifted, they will shift it. They will shift it within the 2 years. 100% will be over the cloud. So future is good. Package is very good. Only things you have to learn it in a very good manner, in a detailed knowledge, having some hands-on experience. That's it. Is it clear, Mohammed?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.